I'm going to drop in measure 31 to go piano and a little bit less, and then each time a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then the hemiola, and then finally reaching the agitato in measure 37. Let's try that. Another thing that I didn't mention, but I'm also paying attention to, is these accents in measures 31, every downbeat for the next 4 measures, and then they come as hemiolas too, that I think they're an indication how we don't rush. We actually are using stretto, so we are rushing in a manner of an accelerando, but we're not early with the accents. So it's different than going, if I went ya-da-dee-dum, ya-da-dee-dum, dee-da-dee-dum, those are very dull, they're prosaic. But if I go ya-da-dee-dum, wait, dee-da-dee-dum, wait, dee-da-dee-dum, wait, dee-da-dee-dum, wait, dee-da-dee. So you're waiting as late as possible and using a slightly faster attack, and it affects this just tremendously exciting accelerando. But it has to, of course, feeling that from within is ideal. Before I heard Grieg's recording, I came to something fairly similar to what he did, and that is, how do you interpret measure 37, measure 39, measure 41, where we have an accent on the downbeat, and then we have an accent on the first of several chords, and a series of the same chord under a closing hairpin. So for me, that feels like it's the open spot of a hairpin. In this case, it's only showing a closing hairpin. That means it starts with the largest, not the largest, but I guess the largest of the mouth of the hairpin, the widest spot, which would imply that it's ya, like the singer is singing outward, and then the accompaniment comes back. So it's ya da 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 da, is how I was thinking of it. Grieg does it more like this. He goes ya ba 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 da dee ya ba ba. So he puts a big crowbar of time in between the first quarter and the second. And so who's to say it's wrong? He did it that way. I mean, if recording technology seems reliable enough to have reproduced this. But for me, in terms of a kind of logic and proportion, I like to come not too late. But I am thinking of conducting that of ya ba 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 be ya ba 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 be ya ba 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 ba. So something like that, and then there's the rubato that's built in, and once again the hairpin's been the key. I think it doesn't mean that it's a big diminuendo. I think that would be losing the energy of the passage. If we could sustain this like an orchestra, we would be able to do this. Right? But he chose these particular registers, and also what I could have done more of is it's more like he would go right? But we can't do that. We can't keep playing the same note. On the piano, the way the piano works is it's a percussive instrument and it's going to die away. So Grieg is finding a way to give the sense of sustenance, of a sostenuto, or the sustaining of the harmony.